Last time on Carlos and Jane Vlogs. Today we're going to take a look at making pinto beans.
Okay, so this is one of the more tedious parts of this job. You literally filter out stone chippings, rocks, broken pieces of beans, the little wrinkly little ones, and stuff that doesn't look too good or too healthy. They're not bad, but it's just best to filter out. This is going to take a few minutes, literally just going piece by piece by piece.
Anyways, once you've made the beans, you can make them into refried beans. How do you make refried beans? Hello YouTube, this is Carlos from Carlos and Jane Vlogs. Welcome back to Making Pinto Beans Part 2. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel and enable the notifications. Today, we're going to take a look at how to make refried beans from the pinto beans that we made in the previous video. Alright, let's get started. So this is where you pick up from. These beans have already been cooked the day before. You take the beans and you put them onto a plate. There's more than one way to do this, but the only reason I'm doing this is to prevent damaging the skillet that I'm going to use, because a lot of skillets, they have this non-stick coating, and if you start like pressing down on it like I'm doing now, it can damage that coating and practically render the skillet useless. So right now the primary focus is just to smush the beans, kind of just keep mashing them. This is a very time consuming task, just like when you're sorting through the beans to make sure there are no broken beans, discolored ones, or more importantly, no stone chips in there, as you can damage your teeth. This will take a few minutes, and the idea is to just have it to where you don't really see any more beans. This isn't too hard, it's just time consuming and you need to be patient. The hardest thing about filming this was having only one available hand at a time. So the other hand, of course, is holding the camera or the phone to record, and you'll see that there'll be brief pauses where I switch hands because it was getting a little tiring, like right here. Alright, let's continue. Just gotta keep smashing it and smashing it, mushing it together. And then before long, you'll have the beans ready to go to be refried. I'm trying to think back, and I'm asking myself, why did I put the camera at that angle? Oops. Anyways, here's a little bit of a close-up shot. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, the beans are slowly starting to become more like not as visible as when we had first started, so it's almost ready. I think I'm going a little bit extra just to make sure I do it perfectly. I always want to do things right the first time. There we go. Alright, perfect. There will be just a little bit more of that. There, see, I'm switching hands again. There will be just a little bit of more of this, and then it's ready to go. Alright, and now we are done. Okay, so here, go ahead and put the heat on. For this stove, I just put it just a little bit over medium heat. And then in a moment, I'll be putting in some oil. Again, that's a little tricky to do with one hand, opening the cap and holding the camera at the same time. Not the ideal way of presenting it, but I got it done. Just put a little bit of oil. At the time, I thought I had put a little bit too much oil, but it turned out to be okay. And the end result was great. Though I need to get better with salt. I always put a little bit too little of salt. Okay, so here I've added the beans here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep on mushing them a little bit in case there's any bits and pieces that I had missed. Slowly, eventually the beans are gonna start to boil, and the juice, the water part, the water content's gonna get a little bit thickened. Okay, so here the beans have been cooking for a while on the pan, as you no doubt can see, and they're practically done now. This is not really a big serving of beans, as this was just the small set of beans that I had cooked the night before for demonstration purposes. In a moment, you're going to see a good way to put the beans, like something to pair them with, so it's not just beans by themselves. Give a little bit of flavor and color to it. Okay, now here the beans are practically refried and ready to go. I'm transferring them back into the container, and then we'll make something out of it really quick. Here's a good example of what you can put the beans to. This is a ham, cheese, and bean tostada. I think that came out great. Once you've got the beans cooked into refried beans, you can put them into anything. You can put them into tostada. You can make them into bean enchiladas with cheese. The possibilities are endless. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this second part of the video. This is the final part on making pinto beans. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe once again, and enable the notifications. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.